Excuse me, I don't do this usually, but I know what you need.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Mary. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, go ahead and do so. And today I'm gonna be telling you a story of how I got my driver's license. I'm gonna go to make a quick trip to Starbucks at Target. So I'll tell you the story when I get there. Yeah, I'll tell you the story. And then, I don't know what you guys are gonna think of the story, but I find it kind of funny. Like, I think it's so funny how I got my license. The light is like blocking. Like, I was sitting in this exact seat when I got my license, but since my sister has this car and my mom has a blue one, I took my mom's car. My mom and my sister has the exact same car, just different colors, and I'm driving my sister's car right now. And then my mom has the blue one, my sister has a white one, and then I'm gonna be getting mine soon. In mid 2020. And then I'm just getting my car in that year. So I'll tell you like details and everything, and like my parents and me talked about it already. So yeah. So I'll talk to you guys more when I'm at Target or something. Okay, so I'm at Target. I'm gonna be heading in for my refresher drink. Oh my gosh, I forgot to lock the car. So yeah. So I'm back and I just got a large dragon drink with light ice and 8 pumps of raspberry. I'm going home right now and I'll be telling you guys the story of what happened when I get home.
Sunshine tomorrow may hit 45. That's incredible. This report is sponsored by eBay. If your little princess puts a pony on her wish list.
Okay, so I just got home and we're gonna go check for the mail because I had some stuff that I ordered. Yeah. So yeah, my drink. I'm gonna scoot the chair back because for the person that drives, it's gonna be mad. I'm gonna lock the doors too. Okay. So let's go check the mail because the mail truck just came in earlier. And I hate when my drink does this, like all the purple floats at the top. So yeah. My glasses is like, oh my gosh. Okay, so there's nothing for me. Wow. Drink, the meal, and yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna be telling the story of how I got my license. So since you guys, like, I'm not sure if a lot of you guys know, but most of you do, and I live in Minnesota, and all states are different from each other. So I went to go take mine at Plymouth, and when I went to go take mine at Plymouth, I had to go to the actual location to plan out my license, right? So I had to do an appointment there because I called in, they said that I couldn't call in for it. So I went to the location to do it, and then my dad took me. And then a couple of weeks came by and I went to take my license. But for the past couple of weeks before I took my license, I've been practicing so hard and so long for my parking, because parallel and my 90 degrees, those are the two things I couldn't get. Everything else I knew. I knew signals, I knew like how to merge, I knew how to look from side to side. I knew all that already, right? But my 90 and my parallel, the parkings were the hardest thing for me. So I've been practicing for like almost like 2-3 weeks for my parking, right? And then the day came and my mom just wanted to make sure that I was able to do my parkings. My dad was like, no, she doesn't need any more practice because she knows how to do it. So time came and me and my dad left, and my dad took me So we went to Plymouth to take my test, but the cars were parked in slots. So when the cars are parked in slots, there's a car. It's like parking. It's like a parking lot, but it's slots that you can just go right through. They gave us a little course because it's Plymouth, so it depending on the place you go to, they have you either go on the actual highway, or they give you like a mini route court to go onto and do it, and that's where I did mine. I had a mini course that I went through, and I completed it. How do I put this? There's like slots that you pull up. You have to do like your VIN number. It took us like 5 minutes to do that, but you have to give like your car information and car insurance, your ID, your license plate and all that. All those information you have to give it to the person at the window or the security guy. And I didn't know this, but when you go, they give you an instructor, like you're specifically with an instructor, like you were given to him and he's your instructor. But no one told me that, because I thought that when you went, whoever's available, which instructor was available, they would just come to whatever car, right? But you're instructed with a specific person. So when I was in the slots and I was given a little sheet, they give me like a little square sheet where I would look through and be like, okay, I know where the seatbelt is, I know how to signal, I know how to adjust my chairs, my mirrors, my windshield, I know how to defrost the car and the fan, the radio, or like not the radio, but like all the basic stuff. I had to know the e-brake, how to hill park and all that. So I know how to do all that. And then I was practicing that when I was in the slots, right? So one of my mom's relative came by, and he's the guy that passed my sister, so I thought that he was gonna come and do me, but he went to the car diagonally from me, and then a black guy came and he did me, right? So he came and sit in the car, kicked my dad out of the car, so my dad had to leave, right? Because you can't have anyone else in the car with you. So I was in the driver's seat. The black guy came and sat on the right side, and this is the funny part, right? The funny part is, like, the black guy, he came and sat on the passenger seat side, right? So he's really, really tall, so he pulled the seat all the way back, and his legs were, like, stretching all the way down to the floor, right? And then I gave him my ID, or he had my ID, right? And he was like, "Miao," right? And it means hi in Hmong. Yeah, I looked at him, I was like, "What? Huh?" And then he was like, "Aren't you Hmong? Miao." So I was like, oh my god, he knows Hmong? And then like when I was he was like talking to me, he was like, "Oh yeah, I used to have a Hmong girlfriend. Back when we were little, we were planning on getting married, but her parents didn't allow us to. So if you guys haven't watched my recent video, I'm Hmong. So when he talked to me like that, I was like shook, because it sounded like he had like a Hmong accent too. And if you know that, like, yeah, you'll be able to tell if the person has a Hmong accent or not, based off of how they talk. So he said "Niao zhong" to me, which means hi in Hmong. So then I was shook when he said that, and then he was telling me about his girlfriend when they were little, and they were gonna get married, but they couldn't because their parents were strict with them both. And then he was like, "Shh, don't tell anyone that I told you." And I was laughing so hard in my head, like no words would come out of my mouth after that. And then we were okay. This whole thing is so funny, right? Because he told me that part, which I found so funny, right? So that's one thing that was so funny. And then when I went to like when my sister took her driver's license, she was like shaking. She was like this on the steering wheel, right, the whole time. But I wasn't like that. Like I was like calm. I was like breathing. I was like I got this. Like, I was trying so hard to be calm and stay calm and everything, right? And then we went through the course, and he was like, go left, go right. They don't give you street names or anything. They just say go left, go right, like how you would with the four sessions with your instructor. So, yeah. So where am I? I went through the course, and then I did my parallel, and I was okay with my parallel, and then we went on, and then he told me to do my 90 degree. So okay, when we did my 90 degree, right, this is another funny part. When we did my 90 degree, I'm like right here, and I'm turned, right, and I'm looking at the back to see, because I'm signaling, and he's right here like marking me off on what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, right? So I looked behind me to see if I'm making it right. So I turned around, I held my breath, because when I breathe I feel like I can't focus. So I held my breath. I was like trying so hard to stay calm, right? So I turned and looked behind to make sure there's no car coming, to make sure that I'm like going to the right area, because when I take the test, they put up like giant orange, well, it's not orange, but like it's like they put up, you know, those foam swimming noodles. Yeah, they have those. It was like red, and then they have it like standing up, and then they have another standing up, and then it's like the rest of it is like into the woods, right? So it's like two poles of those pool floating noodles are just standing up to make sure if I run into them or not. But I didn't. So I was holding my breath, and I was backing up, and I was like slowly like moving the wheel, backing up into my 90 degree parking, and I got it right. And the guy was like, you need to breathe, like breathe. And I was like, okay, yeah, I forgot to. Like, I was so scared. And then that's what I told him. And it's so funny because I literally like I held my breath in because I can't focus when I'm breathing. So I held my breath in, but I passed both of my parking. I passed my parallel, I passed my 90, and then when we were on our way to, before I did my 90 degrees parking, we went, right? I hit the curb because I was so nervous. So I hit the curb, and he was like, whoa there, I didn't think we were gonna make it anywhere else after that. And when he said that, I died. Like I was so scared. Like nothing was so funny. Like nothing was funny to me. It was just funny how he said that, whoa, I didn't think we were gonna go anywhere else. Like the way he said it, so calm, he didn't like freak out or anything. I found it so funny though, because the way that he explained to me about him and that Hmong girl already. And then the part where he said, whoa, I didn't think we were gonna go anywhere else. Like I hit the curb on accident because like I was so nervous, and I started going like this, like shaking a little bit after. I didn't want to be like my sister, so I tried so hard not to freak out, so hard to stay calm, and so hard to like not shake or anything. And then the fact that he also like made me laugh because I tried so hard, like I didn't breathe when I backed up. So there's that. And then I did my hill parking after that. It wasn't even on a hill, it was like a slight bump. So it's like a flat surface like this, right? It's flat, and it's like a little bump like this. So then I went to park on it, and then the building of the DMV license area was right across from where I parked. So then it was like on it was like a curb park, a hill curb park. So when I did a hill curb park, I had to use the e-brake, so you just press on it and pull up. And after that I was done, and then he gave me the paper, right? And it freaked me out because he sounded so mad. He handed me the paper, and then he was like, look at the bottom. And then I was like my heart was beating so fast, like, oh my gosh, I was so scared, right? Because he was like, look at the bottom. I looked at it, and I thought I failed because I hit the curb. Like, I hit the curb. That was the only thing I did wrong. Like, I was so scared, started shaking, right? But, like, the whole time I knew that I was going to pass because, like, crossed my fingers. I even prayed, y'all. I prayed, I crossed my fingers, and I was confident that I was going to pass already. And I did. And then I looked at the bottom, and then he was like, look at the bottom. So I did, and said pass. So therefore I got my license. And my dad just came out from the bathroom, and my dad was like, I walked to my dad, and my dad was like, that's it? That was literally just like 5 minutes or less. I was like, I know, but it didn't feel like 5 minutes. It felt like 10 minutes to me because I was so nervous. But at the same time, it felt like 5 minutes also, if you get what I mean. And then, what else is, like, my dad talked to him. My dad was like, did she actually pass? Because they were like a distance away. So my dad was like, not screaming or yelling, but like asking him from a far distance, like, did she pass? And then he was like, yeah, she passed, she's good. So I was like, I told you, like, I'm good. And like I was like so confident that I was gonna pass. I told my parents, like, I'm not gonna be like my sister who doesn't like my sister, like she held it off for a long time, but like I wanted to have like responsibility and get my stuff done with. So I got it over with. I finally passed, and that's how I got my license. And then they took my picture, and I went home, and after that I was so excited. So after that, that's how I got my license. And the story is so funny to me. I just wanted to tell you guys about it because that's like the funniest thing to me that's ever happened that day. So yeah. Now, thanks for watching my video, and like, subscribe right here, I guess. Yeah, subscribe. I don't know, I'll put it somewhere up on the page, like on here somewhere. Watch my recent videos, and then subscribe, like, comment, and share my video if you can. Comment down below anything else you guys want to see.
Fuck a pound up just to roll up, now we meet it.